top leader of RNC platform committee entertained the idea of imprisoning women who get abortions, opposes exceptions. Ed Martin, the deputy police director for the convention's platform committee, is one of 3 people the Republican National Committee selected in May to help craft the party's platform, which serves as a blueprint for the Republican Party's agenda by detailing policy positions and how Republicans and former President Donald Trump would govern if elected. The platform is expected to be pared down this year, slashing the length of the document to focus on Trump's agenda for a second term. So this is going to be some of the stuff Ed Martin has said. The true bane of the pro-life movement is the faction of fake pro-lifers who claim to believe in the sanctity of human life, but are only willing to vote that way with a list of exceptions. If the conversation is, well, should there be a federal ban? And the consensus is that there shouldn't. I disagree. I disagree with that consensus. I would like to see U.S. senators and U.S. congressmen and women elected to office who would say, let's ban abortion. Don't tell me to stop talking about abortion. Don't tell me that because you don't think it's a winner politically. I'm supposed to stop talking about abortion? The platform will respect life in every moment. The late Phyllis Schlafly, whom I worked so closely with, used to say, if you get to claim and frame the argument, you almost certainly get to win. In other words, if you take their framing, it's a woman's right. Are you going to put women in jail? No, it's about a baby. Now what do? Frame the argument? Own the argument. If you ban abortion in Louisiana, is a doctor who has an abortion breaking the law? Yes. Should he be punished? Yes. I think that seems obvious. What is the punishment? Not sure yet. Could be criminal, could be a jail sentence, I suppose. What do you do with a woman who has an abortion? I don't think we have a good answer yet. Some people say they shouldn't be held liable in any way. Some people say they should have some kind of penalty, something on their record. I certainly think that you're going to find a lot of people that step away from jail time. But if you believe it's a baby, then you have to do something to protect the baby. You don't just turn your back and say, oh well, you know what? And that family over there, I don't care what they do to their family. That's their family. I don't care if they take their 5-year-old kid and they let him starve to death. No, you don't do that. You say we have to have some laws that hold us together, and we have to be careful about it. But we certainly would say in the case of starvation or life and death, there is an interest in the state to say, hey, what are we going to do here? This 10-year-old was brought up as an example of why abortion is necessary. I have said over and over again, the examples shouldn't be the rule, right? You can't let the exceptions be the rule, especially when you get engaged in debate. I refuse to do it. I refuse. Alright, so let's start with the case of the 10-year-old in Ohio. Gerson Fuentes, 28. If anything, that case of the 10-year-old girl who needed an abortion, it doesn't necessarily say we should make it legal. It just says we should make illegal aliens coming across the border illegal. You know what I mean? Because if this guy, Gerson Fuentes, didn't come over here illegally, this wouldn't have happened. Since the pregnancy of the 10-year-old happened by an illegal alien, he obviously got sentenced to life in prison for doing that. But just for clarification, Ed Martin and myself are not advocating for getting 10-year-olds pregnant. But when I say this, be aware that I'm talking in the past tense. The 10-year-old was pregnant. If the baby was a healthy baby, why couldn't it have been delivered? You know what should happen, and I'm being completely serious about this too. You know how we have speed limit signs? We should have peak fertility age signs as well. Peak fertility rate of a female is late teens to late 20s. So if we go to the latest of teens and the latest of 20s, that would be 19 to 29. That means if some 40-year-old winds up getting pregnant and there are some complications and there is an abortion needed, if we can save the baby from the complications, let's do that. But after the baby is delivered, I think the next step would be for the mother to go to jail because she tried to kill the baby. That's more than fair, to be honest. Giving birth, I don't know if you're aware of this, but giving birth is the only way we can reproduce as a nation. Like without importing migrants from other countries. Having children is how we produce more citizens. I may be overstepping here, but this is my opinion. It should be a requirement for all women able to carry a healthy child. If you're a healthy aged woman able to carry a child for 9 months without any complications, you should be required to do so. And then let's get into rape and incest. When it comes to rape, is killing the baby really going to undo the trauma of the rape? And when it comes to incest, I've mentioned this a lot. Give more funding to medical science so the doctors or the medical professionals can research and hopefully find a cure to make an incest baby normal again. Again, I have to make this very clear. I am not advocating for incest. I'm just saying if an incest baby is born with the right amount of funding and research, hopefully they can figure out a way to reverse that process. This is my laptop now. This is what happened to it. Veronica Rodriguez snapped it in half, and I want my $2,000 for it.